G'day guys, Mac with the Outer Circle, and we have Tybalt Marth, the Sons of Horus, has been shown off. Pretty nice looking model in Mark IV. I appreciate that the pose is not just 1 foot up on Tactical Rock. I think that's a great move. You know, the more miniatures we have that are in different poses that aren't just the same repeated thing over and over and over again, the better. I think it goes without saying. And the Mark IV armor here, I think the Mark IV armor here looks really nice. It's slightly more angular than previous takes on the Mark IV armor, as you can see from the sort of edge highlights running down the center of the knee pads. It's got just a tiny bit of sharpness there, like the knee pads are peaked ever so slightly in the center. With the actual Aquila across the chest, it's a lot more angular, a lot sharper than what we've seen in previous Aquilas. I think I prefer it when it's smoother, personally. There is a time and a place, I think, for the sharp Aquila, but it doesn't quite feel 30k to me. I think when I see a really, really angular Aquila, it's like when I'm looking at someone's 3D CAD design that's trying not to get copyright claimed by Games Workshop. I'm also not quite sure what's going on with the symbol on the right shin, what this little skull in the shield on top of the Aquila is. I think it's just been slapped on for the sake of, well, the legs look a little bare. It doesn't really do anything for me. I think like a nice 16 Roman numeral probably would have looked really good there instead. This is not my sort of pick for the personal best look. The head, the bare head, is fine and it's actually very well painted. We've had sort of a spate of badly painted heads in the last few years, and well, it's good to see one that's been really, really nicely, crisply done. I think of ones like the Lion and yeah. But another thing we get from this view is the shoulder pads. The shoulder pads they're basically Mark II shoulder pads meeting Mark III shoulder pads, like the new Mark III. And I personally do this a lot. I think it's a really great way to make Mark IV characters stand out a little bit more, because standard Mark IV just has that really, really thin sliver of trim, that single band that goes all the way around, you know, pretty much no thicker than the very edges of this trim. And so going for the Mark II/3 style pads, I think is quite a good look. I also like that his cloak is not positioned in such a way that it's actually attached to his forearms or upper arms. It's over the back of the shoulder and that shoulder pad and out of the way. This means that, you know, very, very easy to convert this guy to have other weapons, which means this is actually a great base for conversion parts, conversion accessories, which is, again, something that we cannot say for many of the other characters that have been sculpted in the last couple of years, especially the plastic ones, which should be the easiest to convert. But unfortunately, if you want to change shoulder pads or something like that on the new plastic Praetors, you can't, because they've been sculpted with missing details because of the cloaks, and or the cloaks include part of the shoulder pads, or, you know, any number of issues there. Don't have that here. Great to see. And I really like the Sons of Horus icon on the backpack. I think we get another shot, do we, from behind? No, we don't. Okay, we're getting very limited photos here. But his backpack has something going on the back of it. There is some sort of bulge protrusion on the back that I want to see what it is. Some sort of gold trim there. So probably a Legion icon of some description is on the back of him. But the Sons of Horus icon as an Iron Halo, that's fantastic. I wish all Legions had their Legion icon incorporated in some way, shape, or form into the sort of Iron Halo type thing for their Legion Praetors or special characters. I think that's a really good look. Then, of course, we get an image of his sword. Hey, look, everyone, see these little lines? Yeah, those are the 3D print lines. They're good times. It has a Banestrike Combi Bolter in there, which, fun fact for those who don't know it, the Banestrike Combi Bolters, there is one that's designed for power armor that comes in the Sons of Horus upgrade set. Actually not a legal weapon for any unit in the game. No unit can actually purchase the thing in the game, because Praetors can't access a basic Combi Bolter, which is just a twin-linked bolt gun that can take Banestrike rounds. No one can. So, yeah, fun fact. But the sword itself, it's nice to see different designs, but this one doesn't quite do anything for me. It just looks like a edgy Mall Ninja wannabe sword. You know, the Mall Ninja, when you go past a shop in the local shopping mall, and there's all manner of weird, obscure, shaped, cheaply made Chinese swords and daggers that are just sitting on the shelf. I say Chinese because that's usually where they're made. They're made in China, and they just cheaply laser cut them out of a sheet of plate metal, put an edge on it, and then sell it in Australia at a 400% markup. And everyone's had that one friend who had a collection of these horrible Mall Ninja weapons. I don't know how well this will translate to the final video, but you can also see, if you go to the page, you can see the little round print layer lines on his backpack and going across the backpack. So this model was very printed, and if this was what the masters were taken from for the molds, you're going to see those 3D print lines in your molds. Now, of course, that detail gets obscured by distance, you know, and by layers of paint. There is nothing wrong with having 3D print layer lines on miniatures. I just wish people would stop trying to say that 3D prints cannot compare to the quality of Forge World, when Forge World's quality is 3D print quality. I also like this little symbol up on the shoulder with the axes, although the Sons of Horus icon is redundant there. I think it just crowds what's otherwise an okay little symbol. Looks like it's been stolen from Phalanx Waters. You know, those are Fafnir Rand type axes on there. Not executioners, I mean like the actual drawings of Fafnir Rand, not the horrible plastic miniature we got. Those are Mark IV power axes. So, yeah, whatever. And there's, of course, a little bit of trim and detail on the cloak. Cool. So, overall, I think a nice-looking miniature for the Sons of Horus. And, anything else I'm forgetting? Oh, that's right. The Sons of Horus have twice as many characters and Primarchs as 5 other legions combined. I'm Mac with the Outer Circle. Thank you all for watching this episode, and I'll see you on the next one.